Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today is a very special day on the MedinaMania podcast.
Yes,
today is a historic day on the MedinaMania podcast. Not only do we have the Newlyweds, the Dominique and the Julius Lewis. Can I say that one more time?
Say it one more again.
Dominique Lewis. But today is the very first time we are having a female guest on the podcast, making history in MedinaMania.
Okay. I'm here for it.
And I'm going to get canceled now because everyone's going to be like, why did it take so long? Why did it take you like over a year to have a female guest? I'm like, she's here now.
I'm here. And I
Miss Lewis in the building.
I'm very blessed to be here, to be your first woman, female guest.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay.
That's sweet. That's a big look.
That's big.
You guys.
You making history.
Making history.
Black love. Hello, black love. Hashtag.
This is probably
Lewis and love.
Probably the most air horns I've ever done in one episode, and we're only 2 minutes in.
Hashtag House of Lewis. Hashtag Lewis and love.
Lewis and love.
He used the hashtag, Randall. House of Lewis.
Right.
We wanted to change it midway through the, not even, like on the day of.
I said we could just add them all.
To change our wedding hashtag?
Never mind.
All right.
Nick, can I say thank you for having us on?
Yeah.
For you wanted to have us on, and we feel honored.
Yeah, we do.
And we love you, and I love what you're doing here with this podcast, and we just bless it.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yeah, I don't just let anyone on my podcast.
Yeah.
There was actually one person I just let on my podcast, but remain nameless.
Okay.
But it's something that I feel like the Holy Spirit actually gives me, and I'm like, and it's like you should have them on their podcast and they should have a conversation. So, like, when was it? Like 2 weeks before you got, not even, maybe a week before you got married, something like that. I'm like, hey, you think you and Dominique would be down to go on the podcast? And I'm like, it's kind of like, I wanted it fresh. I wanted you guys married fresh. You guys came walking through fresh.
Fresh like these edges.
Come on, somebody.
I got these edges ready for this, Nick.
Yes.
For this, okay?
We don't play on the MedinaMania podcast. You know why? Because drip don't sleep.
Okay.
Drip don't sleep.
I got a clip of your mom saying that too, so I'll show you that later.
I want to see that.
Mrs. Johnson said, "Drip don't sleep." I don't know what that is.
Right. Did she know what she was talking about? Did you explain it?
She didn't know.
That's hilarious.
But
shout out to moms.
yeah,
Shout out to Miss Johnson.
man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. But how was the honeymoon? How was it? You guys are. What's crazy is and. It's amazing. You guys took a month off of work, and the honeymoon was a week, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. But they took a month off of work. If you ask Randall, they say he would say you should take the whole year off, but that's kind of crazy. Like, you still need money.
Right.
But how was that week? You guys went to Cancun, right?
Yeah. Well, it was at Riviera Maya.
He kept correcting me the whole time. I was saying
because it's like an hour out of Cancun. Like, that's not Cancun anymore.
Yeah, but no one knows what Riviera Maya is. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where it's at.
It's on the what is this?
I don't know.
The Yucatan.
Yucatan Peninsula. I've heard of that.
Yeah. That's where it is.
Yeah,
it's over there by Cozumel and.
Yeah. Do you guys have any funny encounters while you were there?
Oh. Well, I mean, that was my first resort experience. So that was
mine too.
I didn't know the whole time that you were basically like signing up to be like just sold and pitched the entire time.
Oh yeah, you got to say no to everything.
Yeah, basically.
You got to be ready. Like,
you got to be ready to say no, but then you got to be ready to pay for some extra stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to do something outside of just eat.
Yeah.
And like walk around the resort.
Definitely.
So we definitely
and drink, because the drinks was in abundance.
Right.
The cheap drinks.
Yeah.
Right.
But we had to sit through an hour and a half pitch meeting.
Marketing meeting.
Pitch,
Yeah.
In order for us to get our spa package.
But so you got it for free.
No. To get a discount on our spa package.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. So we had to sit through an hour and a half pitch meeting to get the spa package and then to get the candlelight dinner. on the beach.
How was that candlelight dinner though?
It was great. No, it was
legit.
great. It was beautiful. Like, we got
legit.
pictures. We definitely look like, my dad said, y'all look like models for a vacation ad.
Sheesh.
Like,
You walking through my doors, you look like models for a vacation. Like,
it's
looking
just
fresh.
The Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
on that time off of work. It's
Oh, yeah, it
great.
must be nice. You still got like 2 more weeks left too, huh?
Yeah. So, but yeah, what's funny about it though is that now that we're married, I think people always kind of do this, but I've been telling everybody, like, I find it funny that people think all they have to do is convince me to like buy into something, and I'll just look at Julius and be like, "Oh, babe, like I'll bat my eyes.
We need
This.
We
So-
need annual vacation at resort.
Yeah.
So the woman that was trying to sell us, and then the man, they were literally trying to charm me, and I was just being polite.
Yeah.
But like they didn't know that I'm frugal as heck.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna spend my money on anything.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be
Yeah.
this much money. So like, I would literally just like look at Julius and be like, "You ready to go?"
Yeah. Wise woman in the building right here. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, you could have gave us the lowdown. I realized like you did the resort thing.
Is that the?
Yeah.
It's not the same one I went to, is it?
No, we went to El Dorado.
Something.
I don't know,
Seaside
Seaside
Suites.
Palms or
Dreams or
something,
something.
like that.
El Dorado
Seaside
Seaside.
Suites.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful, bro. It
Beautiful.
was beautiful. Like
Yeah.
palm trees was just canopying the whole thing.
Did you guys go on any excursions?
Yeah. I did ATVs for the first time.
Oh snap! That's dope.
That was amazing. I felt like Indiana Jones. It was
Yeah.
all of my Indiana Jones fantasies lived out in one moment.
Yeah.
And I was ready to like tumble, crash, whatever I could
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it.
So we did the
Yeah.
UTVs for your bachelor party, and then she did the ATVs for the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Full circle. That's
Yes.
dope. Well,
Yes.
a lot has happened since you guys have been gone. I don't know if you
Oh,
heard,
yeah?
like everyone else heard, the slap heard around the world. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Because, I keep my ear to these streets. And even though we were on our honeymoon,
Yeah.
it was the last night of our honeymoon.
The last night.
And we were like, oh, let's just go back to the room and get room service and like watch a movie.
Yeah.
Turn on the TV and I'm like, oh, the Oscars are on.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Let's watch it.
I think everyone forgot.
I'm like, the
world has
nobody trying to
forgotten.
watch the Oscars. Who watches the Oscars?
Not me. Oh, Dominique Lewis.
Yeah,
watches the
a
Oscars.
little, yeah.
Lewis,
Right.
crazy, bro.
Crazy. So we turn it on and it's like, okay, it's cool, it's whatever, whatever. And then we see the slap.
You saw it live?
We did.
Live,
Unedited.
unfiltered.
What?
Unedited.
So you were like one of like 200 people that saw it live.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Mexico
crazy.
was running behind. They was like, "Oh, just keep playing."
They
oh
lit-
wait, what?
We saw everything. The
Yeah.
slap, the profanity, like the full
Yeah.
cuss out, like, and we were so
Yeah.
like in shock. And I was like, did they see this in America? Like what? Like
Yeah.
what did they see?
Right. I don't think America saw her. It like it muted, right? In America, I
don't
want to
even
say.
know.
The sound muted, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we heard everything.
Yeah.
We were literally, we both turned. We'd laying across the bed. I'm like cutting a
He eating
burger,
hamburger.
Yeah.
like, and we like,
What?
what? Just basically,
Is this real?
scandal?
Yeah.
Is this real? And I had my phone on Do Not Disturb the entire time we were away on our honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at him. I was like, I gotta
see what's popping
I gotta. Please, do you care? Like, can I look on Twitter? I gotta call somebody.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta.
yeah.
I was like, text my homegirl. I was like, girl, did you see that? Did that happen? She was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
But because she was in America, she was
Yeah.
like, well, I had to go on YouTube to see the full thing.
Mm-hmm. How to see him cuss out Chris Rock. That was crazy. A lot of people were saying that it was fake at first, and when I
Yeah.
saw
It seemed like it
when I-
could have been
when I saw it,
yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that can't be real. That's fake. And then
Because of the
I
way
watched
they arms was like,
I watched the full thing. I'm like, but how is it fake?
It
like
looked like a stunt slap.
like yeah. No, but he actually slapped the mess out of him.
slap the beep.
Yeah.
You got the little beep sensor.
Nah, I need one of those too. I need a beep sound effect and a clap sound effect. But yeah, but then I watched it more. I'm like, no, I think this is real. But anyways, with that situation, I wanted to bring up the question as now that you guys are married, and even for the people watching and listening, have you ever been in a situation? Oh wait, I'm gonna wait on that question. Sorry. What does it mean for a husband? That's coming next, so watch out. What does it mean for a husband to protect their wife? Will Smith, obviously. Yeah. It's funny in the clip, you see him starting to laugh at Chris Rock's joke, and then he probably looks at Jada, and then Jada's like, "You gonna do something?" And then he goes, serious face, goes up there, like, slaps
check
him.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Go check that.
Yes, exactly. So it's like he's obviously trying to protect his wife.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'll save that for later. But anyways, what does it look like for?
It could be seen as protecting his wife, but it could also be seen as protecting his own image.
Right.
Kind of saving face for the crowd that was there. So
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation.
I mean, a lot of people have been clowning on Will Smith and his wife and all the stuff that's going on. So I feel like that's a lot of just built up. Yeah. A lot of people saying, what, a straw that broke the camel's back?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just like, okay, people have been coming for us for so long, we supposed to just sit back and take it. Like, if anybody say anything, you get to that point, if anybody say anything, I'm going off.
Right.
I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, you're Will Smith. You can't just go off. Like,
yeah. What are you saying?
Especially for a corny joke like that. Oh, G.I. Jane Part 3.
Right.
Jada featuring Jada.
Yeah. That wasn't even that.
It was like
great.
A stupid joke. It was like a cheap joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a...
I don't know, babe. Would you want me to go slap somebody on the stage for you?
Yeah.
Because I'll do it.
What do you think?
I'll do it now.
Because the joke was disrespectful, but...
I wouldn't do that. But I would have pulled him to the side, off backstage. Yeah. Like, bro, let me have a word with you real quick.
And then slap them.
I probably wouldn't have slapped him, but it's like you can check somebody without physically assaulting
and
them.
strike the same amount of fear into them.
It's like you can let it be known, do not disrespect my wife. But
yeah.
I don't. It's
who was in the wrong?
They in Hollywood, so it's like everything is a show to me. Kind of seems like so. It's like to me, it was like he wanted to make an example or make a demonstration out of it. It's like.
Yeah, don't talk about my wife.
Yeah, that kind of cheapened it to me. Like, it's like if it was his attempt to like show like, no, I'm gonna ride for my wife, I'm gonna protect my wife. It could have been done in a classier way. Like, especially at their level of celebrity. Like, come on, bro.
Dominique, who do you think was in the wrong in that situation?
Yeah, that's. Well, I'm gonna say not Chris Rock.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say that. Like I don't know. None of us know what was going on, but that was definitely what do you call it? His decision to approach Chris Rock in such a manner was definitely a snap judgment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's something going on inside a person's mind to where 1 minute they're laughing and the next minute they're ready to pounce on you. Right. So. And I'm trying to leave room. I'm trying to leave room for grace and for Will Smith's humanity because we're all humans and capable of showing out like that. Really just being like that. But at the same time, I agree with Julius, not because I agree with him, but I've seen my dad handle situations in a much more let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be talking about so and so, or you're not gonna be talking about my family and so. I've seen my dad handle situations where he felt his family was injured in any sort of way, and he approached whoever caused the injury and let them know real quick without laying hands, without it getting disrespectful.
Yeah,
and it stopped. So I think,
and that is. Just like how Chris Rock demonstrated self-control to not even react
not even tell a joke that he had in his back pocket because I know he had plenty.
Man. So it's he truly demonstrated self-control. I know everybody oh no, he should have slapped him down. People get ignorant. It's but no, seriously, imagine the amount of self-control. If somebody slapped me like that, just on reflex,
Yeah.
I would have swung back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then maybe caught myself like, oh wait, we can't be doing this here, right? You know.
Yeah.
But
who? I
he
mean,
held complete composure.
Composure, but who also knows too? I mean, I think there was a bit more judgment going on in his mind about the setting, the context.
Yeah.
I'm here to present an award.
Yeah.
Like if I go,
Was
this
he hosting
route,
the whole thing, right?
No,
just
he
that
just-
award.
He wasn't a host.
Oh,
He
wow.
was just presenting some awards,
Yeah.
which, by the way, like didn't even get to. I mean, people have already said this, but there was just so much that like people didn't realize. Like Questlove won for his documentary on soul music, like, and it was.
Samuel L. got the first
honorary Oscar.
honorary
He got
Oscar
an honorary Oscar. So there
for
was a
his
lot of people.
Right.
film.
Yeah, there was just a lot of things that like it was just
Yeah, it just took away from everything else.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
So, but I don't necessarily agree that is the best picture of how to protect a woman. I think it depends
Physical
on
violence.
Yeah, with you as far as it being your wife.
Yeah.
Now there are some situations where it might call for it, but what people are not going to do is punk me into thinking like, yeah, that's how you protect your woman. Like, no.
If anybody say
Yeah.
anything, they getting slapped
Yeah.
across the face.
Anybody can
Yeah.
do that.
Anybody, anywhere.
Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
That's a fool can do that.
Yeah.
Like that requires nothing.
Yeah.
That requires no sense of strength or meekness, which is also a form of strength. Like a real G, to quote Lil Wayne, which I don't really care for Lil Wayne, but to quote Lil Wayne, real G's move in silence.
Finish
like
it.
lasagna.
Oh, that's my favorite line from Lil Wayne ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
But it's facts.
It's facts. I feel like if you want to be a real G,
Yeah.
you ain't gotta show out
don't
like
gotta put
that.
on a
You don't have
show.
to do
Yeah.
that. You don't have to do that.
And he put on a show at the show. He put on a show at
the
the
show.
He stole the show.
Yeah.
Stole the show.
He stole
the show, yeah.
He stole the Oscar show. Like,
Literally.
What?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think what I'm looking at is just how we're like dissecting it as far as like, oh, that's how you protect your wife, or that's how you protect women.
black women.
And no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
But babe, that's how you protect black women.
By slapping fools?
Here's a
Slapping
black
fools, no matter what.
Here's a black woman sitting in front of you telling you that that's not necessarily the case in all circumstances, and just because it happened one time doesn't mean that's the standard now for how you protect me.
Okay, what would you,
I would have did that in high school. I would have slapped
Right.
somebody for my woman in
Yeah.
high school.
I'm not saying that
Like,
there's but like
Right.
This ain't high school.
They're
If
not
you're
high school
not
anymore.
then that wasn't the prom.
right. But don't you also think someone's position, whether they be celebrity or not, like people see Will Smith as not just a celebrity, but this inspirational leader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I love Will Smith.
like he dispenses wisdom.
Do you still love him
whether-
as much right now?
Right.
Oh, I love him even more now. You gotta show him grace.
It's good.
Hey,
Not
I
for what
think-
he did, but like
No.
it's like actually
Yeah.
no, I still choose to love this person.
he going
Yeah.
through. He going through. Pray
Yes.
for him. Pray for
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pray for Will.
His wife wild.
Pray for Jada too.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful. I forgot what I
Pray
was
for
saying.
them kids. Shoot, pray for Chris Rock and his family.
Somebody check on
Somebody
Chris.
check on Chris.
That's what I was like. Somebody check on Chris Rock. Are you good?
Hypnotized by the light.
And this must be a lie.
Right, the song, yes, that you play
It's a bop.
every day.
It's a bop.
Yeah.
What's her
Oh,
name?
wait.
I forget her name.
Willow.
Willow. She's
Willow,
she's a generational icon right there.
And her brother is an icon living.
An icon living.
Brum, 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 brum.
Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so you talked about a little bit not in that situation. I think Dominique actually said it. In that situation, it didn't call for physical violence. So there might be some situations where it might call for
If
physical
somebody's
violence.
physically attacking my wife,
Yeah, that's
there,
different.
no question about
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
know? But, like, how often are you in a volatile situation like that where you, like,
Yeah.
physically need to defend, like, you know, I don't know. I could think of one time where we was walking
We was at
in
the
Long
zoo?
Beach.
In the zoo?
Oh.
Okay, this is my next question. We'll start it right now. They got a story to tell from the zoo. Have you ever been in a situation where someone disrespected Dom, and how did you handle that situation? Did you take care of some business?
Well, actually, this person
This
was being
was
more
a-
disrespectful to
To
Julius.
me, yeah,
Oh,
she
snap.
was disrespecting me straight up.
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't really care. She was under the influence. We tried to help her.
Yeah.
Like trying to be Christ-like. We tried to help her, and
We went to go check on her
Yeah.
because she looked visibly like upset.
distraught.
We were
like,
at the zoo, and so it was like,
Yeah.
let's go check on her.
yeah.
And then as soon as we mentioned Jesus or God or anything,
They're like, can we pray for you?
Yeah, it took a 180.
Sideways.
Really?
Yeah. And ended up turning into she started to harass us and was following us. She came and sat at our table, and we were still
spilled our drinks over her. Like
Yeah,
literally,
she
she was
was
like being
harassing.
aggressive.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was weird.
When was this?
This was on her birthday.
This was on
her
my
birthday.
Oh, yeah, I've never
Most
heard this
recent
story.
birthday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And she followed
Yeah.
us around the zoo for probably about 15
Oh,
minutes
snap.
after that. Yeah. But like there was one point after she started getting belligerent, she pulled the map from I don't know if it was from my hand. She pulled the zoo map and was ripping it up and started like throwing water. And I felt like I had to like get Julius
Because I'm like, you're a woman, and I realized that. But if you think I'm about to sit here and let you attack my woman, you got another thing coming.
You got
like,
this
don't
right
do
hand
it.
coming.
Don't do it.
Right.
But then it's like, how do you,
But so, yeah, I
how do
was
you
just
handle
like-
that situation?
I was
Because
just like, let's
literally,
go.
I'm a man. I could overpower her so easily. But
I was like, let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
it was weird.
Which is
Yeah.
I think it was
you
spiritual.
see how your woman can be a voice of reason or not?
Or not. That part.
And we saw Jada's reaction afterwards. She was like,
She was like, "What?"
Lord.
Oh man.
she encouraged that.
Would you say there's anything that anyone could say to Dominique about Dominique that would make you act out physically, or was it only take like something physical to actually act out physically?
Probably like call her out of her name. Call her if you call her a B, like to me, I'm probably gonna be ready to fight.
Right.
But it's like,
Right. That's the truth. That's a truthful answer right there.
yeah.
No, I feel
Yeah.
it though.
But I mean, a little joke like that.
Right.
Right.
But I'm
Somebody
sure.
was joking about my edges being so frayed and like not crispy.
I might laugh.
He would
And then she
laugh.
gonna give me that look.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be in the
would.
same position as Will. Like,
No, but you know
dang.
what?
That
My
was
problem,
funny, man.
my problem would be with him for laughing. Not
Yeah,
the person
yeah,
who
yeah,
made
definitely,
the joke.
definitely.
And I would wait till we got home. Like, look, really?
Yeah. You sleeping
So
on
you
the
gonna
couch.
laugh at it? You
Yeah.
You
gonna
gonna
laugh?
laugh at me
Oh no.
in public in front of all these people?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I've never seen. There are plenty of times where I feel like we would be someplace and like I wasn't really sure about the safety of the environment, and it wasn't like it was super like crazy. It was just like we'd go we went to Nashville, and I remember we were walking down the strip. It was live out there.
It was lit.
That like the
It was-
the
there was
strip
a
of
lot.
Nashville. I forget what it's
Yeah.
called. But like live music, drunk people
Everywhere.
everywhere.
It
Anything
was
could happen
literally
at any.
spirits.
We saw
Yeah.
somebody get punched out into the street. A street brawl.
Yes. A
street
happened
brawl.
right in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he falls in the street.
Yeah.
They tussling like this is happening.
I've
right
never
now.
seen
This is
that.
happening
I've
right
never
now.
seen that before, so I'm just like
He
Yeah.
was shooketh.
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 And he's over here munching on
Eating
a
a
cookie.
chocolate chip.
He's like,
cookie.
yeah.
I was just at rest. Like I'm just like I'm chilling. Like
Yeah.
don't approach me with the mess, and I'm chilling. And
Yeah.
she's like, ah!
I'm on alert. I'm on high alert. Like you got to be ready.
Yeah.
Cop's daughter.
He's over here like eating a cookie, and I'm like,
Police officers.
he was
daughter.
like, I was
course.
like, what do you like? I don't know, because you had noticed some guys or something that somebody had looked at me, and he was like, oh, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I was like, I said it jokingly. I was like, what are you gonna do, babe? You're eating a cookie. He was like, that's because I'm so comfortable. I wish it would.
Uh-huh.
I wish I.
Would.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Wish he would say something.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I don't even know how to transition from out of that.
I think we just wanted to like add our 2 cents to that to the discussion of what does it look like for a husband to protect his wife.
Yeah.
It's different based on the circumstances, but I think from a cultural standpoint and what's going on in culture right now, what I'm not going to do is just partner with it, yeah, that's how you protect me. And that's how you protect me as a black woman. Don't try me with that.
Yeah.
Don't try me with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Dominique, flip the script.
Because she wasn't in harm's way, even though, with the alopecia, it's a sensitive thing. But
yeah. Flip the question.
Yeah.
What does it look like if someone's disrespecting Julius? A female is disrespecting Julius.
Oh, I'm all over that.
Oh, man.
So that's a whole different thing.
Oh, man.
Let me get my hands ready real quick.
No.
That's a whole different thing.
No. I mean, we did
hands clapping.
Yeah. We literally had that. That happened with the woman at the zoo. Because she was nice to me, but I don't know if she had something against men or anything, but she was very nice to me even when she was harassing us.
Yeah.
But yet it was Julius would say something to her and she would just cut him verbally. And the funny thing is, in that situation, you're talking about Grace, I had never been in a situation where we were literally just being verbally harassed because we were trying to share Christ with somebody or just comfort them.
Yeah.
And so in that moment, I was really overcome with grace for her. There was this sense of honestly, you can cuss me out. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But it was, my heart was I was crying because I ended up crying later because I was just so sad for her.
Yeah.
But when she was, I think I was confused. And that's a different
Her
sort of.
mom had passed recently. She
Yeah.
was going
okay.
through a lot.
Yeah.
I was confused as to why she was coming after Julius, but I think that was for other reasons. I think since we've been together, I don't think I've experienced anybody publicly disrespecting you. Now you might have to remind me, but I do know that if somebody would, I wouldn't lay hands on them, but it would definitely be addressed because I try to take care.
Just very protective.
Yeah.
Like a lioness.
Yeah.
that's
I'm protective of our relationship and just just because it's precious to me.
Of course.
So how you said, you don't just allow anybody on your podcast. When we were dating for a while, we told our families and told people for accountability, but we didn't tell a lot of people because I was this is precious. It was my first serious relationship. And it's when you have a newborn baby, you don't let anybody just breathe on the newborn baby. You don't know where they've been. You don't know what kind of feelings and thoughts they have that they want to project.
Yeah.
So in that regard with Julius, he could fully take care of himself. But I think if I ever encountered someone being disrespectful to him, if it was a woman, it would definitely be, hey, let me pull you to the side. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where that came from.
Let me adjust your wig a little.
No, I think I would be more curious. It would not be something that I would just let slide by, but it doesn't mean that it would end up in an altercation. It would, because I'm always curious about what's going on in the person.
Yeah.
So it would just be this conversation did something happen that I don't know about?
Right.
Because I didn't care for that.
Right. And, even in this Will Smith situation, it is probably something that we all know about where he's going through it in his marriage.
Too much.
Yeah. But let's transition out of Will Smith and let's just talk about you guys. Let's focus on the Newlyweds. The Lewises, everyone.
I can hear it through his headphones.
Yeah. It's loud. Julius, Dominique, I'm going to ask you first, Julius. Julius, when was the moment you wanted to pursue, you knew you wanted to pursue Dominique? I think if I remember correctly, I think Kobe was telling me, he said something in the kitchen. He's like, dude, I think I'm going to ask out Dominique. But was there a moment before that? Or how did you, what did you know? How did you know? When did you know?
Yeah,
there was my shot.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I could feel the chemistry of brewing probably 6 months before I actually asked her out on our first date.
Patient.
But yes, because I was like, all right, God, I'm not going to pursue anybody. I'm just going to focus on you. I'm going to, just focus on my relationship with God. And I was really trying to do that. And then that's when she started working in the office.
Yeah.
And so from the music.
Oh, so it was before she started working there.
Maybe
that you started thinking about it.
Yeah, because we were serving young adults together, and then we had a couple of encounters at like the leader meetings.
Yeah,
that was like, and then once we start working together, it's like clear, like okay, we have chemistry. Hello.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't know that, but I was thinking that, and that was right before I went to Myanmar, and but I had. Made a vow. I'm not gonna pursue. I'm gonna show her that I can be a friend.
Okay.
I'm gonna show her that I can be a friend, so that she'll trust me.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
So 6-month process before you actually shot your shot.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Dominique, when did you realize you were gonna give Julius a shot?
Kind of happened without me thinking, and then I was like, "Wait, what happened?"
Oh snap!
Yeah.
That's the magic right there, Julius. Okay.
Okay. No, but I guess what I'm referring to with that is when he asked me out on a date, and I was like, okay, let's go. And then he walked away from my office door, and I was like, wait, what happened?
Oh, he asked you out in the office.
He did.
I didn't even know that.
He did.
Hey.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. But I thought it was just like, I hate to say, hanging out, but we had become so comfortable. I had become so comfortable with him as a friend. And we had been talking about like, because we're into art. So we've been talking about like, let's get a bunch of people together to go to a museum. But this one particular time, he asked me if I wanted to go to a museum. He was like, we should go to a museum. It wasn't all formal, like, may I take you to a museum for you to accompany me.
Your mouth towards the microphone, please, ma'am. Thank you.
If you interrupt me one more time while I'm telling this story. So he had asked me in that way, like we should go to a museum. And I just said yes without thinking, which is not normal for me.
I was like,
not normal for me.
That was a lot easier than I anticipated.
It was very easy for me to say yes, which is like.
Because you're comfortable with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen with never happened.
It's never happened before.
Yeah. So I would say, that happened. And then we went on our first date. And
Why are you laughing?
I don't know, because he thinks he's so smooth.
It's not about me being smooth.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to tell y'all what happened. We was at the date. We had beautiful time at the Getty Villa in Malibu.
It's a good place.
Overlooking the water, art. Amazing. Left there. We went. And we went up to a lookout point, like up the hill, and it was beautiful. I put my arms around her. I was like, "Oh, she let me do it."
I was cold.
Whoa,
it was a practical move.
Okay, somebody comfortable.
We're getting the real insider, guys. Come on the Lewises, the genesis of the Lewises.
Oh my god!
And then we went to eat tacos, and I didn't have no money.
Yeah, let's thank you for keeping yourself humble. Let's talk about that.
Bring it back down.
We get to the register.
What had happened?
And I'm like, oh yeah, baby, order whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. I got you. And then they
pulls out his wallet to pay, and then turns around to me and is like, "You got us."
You didn't say that. You said that?
Did I say that?
You did, because he forgot his debit card.
Yeah.
And I looked at him like, and I think I said, "You are so lucky. I know you got a job."
Yeah.
And that we're friends. Like, I know where he works.
Right.
So I know this is actually genuine. This is
right.
not,
I was genuinely embarrassed. Like, dang. What the heck?
Yeah, he paid me back the next day. It was good.
Yeah.
But,
you guys actually aren't the first friends that's happened to that I know.
On a first date?
On a first date where they were actually younger, I think, and they had to call their parents to
come pay for this food.
It was even more embarrassing. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, well, anyway, during dinner, that's when, like, I mean, it was just a night. It was a beautiful date, and just we like talking. We literally talked. We talked the whole night, the whole evening, and when we got to the restaurant, we got the food and everything. Yeah, and that's when I was like, "Listen, like, I'm interested in you. I want to pursue you. Straight up. Can I pursue you?"
You coming off real smooth.
And she was like,
Was he not that smooth?
The bottom lip was quivering.
Was she about to cry?
No, like just like the nerves of
okay.
like yeah, it was just like what was that feeling, babe?
I don't know because
That
I
lip was
probably
like
wouldn't have shared that.
trembling.
We're getting the details.
Wow, you were being extra. I will say this about my experience with Julius.
Yeah.
That he is blessed.
And highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored to have seen this side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dominique, I will speak of myself in third person just this one time.
Just like The Rock.
Just this one time. For the most part, I'm pretty smooth. Like, nobody phases me as far as like guys trying to impress me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not easily impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, when he saw me like basically flustered and like blushing the entire time, that's never happened to me. So I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even thinking like, oh my gosh, I must really like him.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this
What are
never
these
happened.
feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never happened before. So anyway, he asked me, he said, I'm interested and I would like to pursue you. And I immediately wanted to say yes. But I said, okay.
I'm not saying no.
Yeah, I'm not saying no. But let me pray about it.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't want to jump the gun. I want to ask God
Let me
if
pray
he's
about
cool
it.
with this.
Wisest woman in the room.
So, yeah.
That's tight. So
that was the beginning.
That was the genesis.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of a more heavier question. When did you realize, okay, I want to marry this person? Any one of you can answer that off the jump, whoever feels ready and able.
I think I said this before. Like, I knew Dominique was wifey material before I even decided to pursue her.
Right.
Because of the way she carried
Right.
herself. It's like she don't be in these streets. She don't do the things that most of these girls do.
She don't be posting them thirst traps.
She don't be posting thirst
At
traps.
Randall Deeb.
She don't be.
I name drop. I don't care.
Oh.
Love you, Randall.
We
love you.
I
I want my wedding cake.
She don't be.
Oh, yes, in his freezer.
She don't be. She wasn't mixed up with dudes at all, and you see that in the community a lot. Like just she talking to this person, or she talking to this person, or she can't leave this person alone for all these years, or this and that, and blah blah blah. So it's like she wasn't that. So it's like
unicorn, 101.
Well, yeah, and it's like I knew I had to come correct because it's like no, she knows she's a wife, and she acts like it. So if I'm even gonna approach her, I better be approaching her like I know I'm a husband. Yeah. So that's kind of I think we came into our dating with the level of seriousness that a lot of people don't. You know? And I mean we ain't no spring chickens, so it's like we both knew like I want to be married. So
That was beautiful.
Beautiful.
But when did you know that? Because if I could clarify.
I think I knew that back in 2015 when I tried to
Thank you, Ms. Dominique Lewis. Appreciate the clarification.
Because you said you knew from jump that I was a wife, but when did you know I was your wife?
Right. When did you know you was ready to get down on a knee? Think about it. Take a second.
Right, because I proposed January
of 2021.
2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then I had to know before that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I knew from the beginning. Like, I feel like I knew from the very beginning. It was just a matter of things coming into place. You know?
Like finances and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So like you knew from the jump.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So why did you even date? You just.
Please, nobody. We were serious, but nobody was like, "Are you my husband?"
Yeah. I saw in a dream.
I've dealt with that
God
before.
Confirmed it.
You dealt with that before.
Yeah,
snap!
I was like, I didn't have no dream.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you can go on the sidelines right now, big dog.
It was very gracious, like, no, thank you.
Man, Christian guys are weird. I'm sorry, guys.
Christian girls can be weird too.
Oh, for sure.
When did you know? I'm curious.
Yeah.
It might have been, I think it was maybe like a couple weeks before you actually proposed to me. Because.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Because we were at the park one day, and I think that week we had been arguing a lot. Because I was just like, unbeknownst to me, he was preparing to propose.
You had no idea.
I had no idea. But he was basically like having his last hurrah, so to speak, with his friends and spending a lot of time with his friends. And I'm like, I'm over here like trying to spend some time with you, and you're like, you're MIA.
Yeah.
So like I was bringing that up, and it was like a spot of tension for us. But anyway, we were at the park, and I remember that morning I got up and I was like praying, and I was like, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna just let you lead this conversation if it happens, because like we've been arguing about this like same thing, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bring it up. And God, like, it ended up happening that like Julius brought it up, and we were talking and everything, and we were just talking, and he was sharing with me stories about how like he had worked through betrayal with people close to him, friendships, or family, and as I'm listening to, he's talking about like these people hurt him seriously, but I'm listening to how he responded, to them, in, whether it was communicating that or like the posture of his heart and how he was processing it. And I was sitting there kind of amazed, because I was literally thinking like, you're a better Christian than I am. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I would have that kind of understanding yet. I don't know if I've grown to that place yet. I want to. And I remember thinking in that moment, no, I can actually learn from him. Because for me, I had been in, not in relationships, but when guys were interested in me, or when I had gotten to know guys to see if there could be something, there was just I had a lot of experience with having to teach. And I don't say that to be disrespectful to anybody, but there are a lot of young men out here who don't have men in their lives to like coach them or teach them how to interact with women, or how to be men. Yeah. And so I would be in a lot of positions where I'd have to tell somebody like, that's not how you speak to me, or if you're going to speak to me, this is this, and that. Anyway, what I told God is like, I don't want to have to teach anybody. Like, relationships require teaching, yes, but I don't want to have to teach anybody how to be a man in terms of interacting with me and giving me the respect, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So we're sitting there, I'm listening to him, and I said to him, I was like, I just affirmed him and just how he responded to like hurt in his life and people who have hurt him. And I said, I really feel like, I really feel like I can learn from you in the how you walk, close to Christ. And I wasn't trying to be spiritual. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, so let me be your wife or anything like that. It was just like, it was this realization that I had, because I think even though we had been dating for like a year, there's still sometimes you have questions about like, can this person lead me? When you're a woman, it's like, can they lead me? And then like, for me to see that like, there are traits about him that I want to have for my, it's like, I want to learn.
So good.
Yeah. I want to learn from you and how you follow Christ. And so I said that.
Encourage me, babe.
And I remember him saying like, wow, that really means a lot, because sometimes I wonder if I can't, like, basically, like, what did you say? You had basically expressed that you had doubts about whether or not you could teach me anything, because
you was already so learned.
Yeah, I don't want to say that, but like, I'm very like studious or whatever. So but like me telling him that and him receiving that, and I said, yeah, I can learn from you. I said, I don't remember how I said it, but it was something to the effect of, yes, I can learn from you because you sit at the feet of the master teacher. Like, yeah, it was something like that. Because
that's a humbling thing for somebody to like even capture about you and to say it. It's like, dang, you picked that up about me? You know? It's like, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. I did not. You can't manufacture somebody picking that up. Like,
so that moment for me was like, okay, I can see that he can lead me. Because if I'm looking at his character as a man of God and I'm seeing things and I'm like, you could teach me something.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's no bueno. You could teach me something.
Yeah. Should I keep talking?
Yeah, keep talking.
Okay.
I'm sorry. For the people listening, the camera went out, but we'll change the battery on the next question.
Okay.
We're just having such a good conversation. You could teach me something. Is what you
Yeah. It was, and coming from a place where I know God has given me the gift of teaching, it's like, I don't want to teach everybody. You know, it's not like, what is this person going to give me? But it's like, just in that moment, it was like, no, this is iron sharpening iron.
It's good.
You know?
Yeah.
And I've never saw that in any guy where I felt like there's something about your walk that I can learn from.
Yeah.
Like, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but I had not yet felt that with anybody. So
there was a moment in there where I was about to cry. Because that was beautiful. Oh, man. Cool. For the YouTube audience, camera went out, but that was a beautiful answer, Dominique, and that was just beautiful in watch out. That was just beautiful in general. Sorry about that. And we got technical difficulties all around. Sorry about that. But yeah, that was just really beautiful. Moving on to the next question I wanted to ask you guys, and this is more so for the actual audience listening. Whether you're in a dating relationship or it's like you were saying, Julius, where it's like I knew that she was wifey material before I even asked her out. What would you say to someone, or what advice or even questions you would ask someone, particularly people that are young that want to get married, that think they found someone that they want to marry, whether they're about to ask them out or whether they're already in the relationship right now? What advice or what questions would you ask them to make sure that they're actually ready?
I feel like that could go so many different directions, because it's like, what do they want? What do they want in a relationship? What do you want? Yeah, like if you don't want a wife, you're going to be looking for a whole different sort of criteria. Yeah. But if you want a wife, I think
a biblical wife.
Right, it's like, cuz we're Christians. Like you want to be with somebody that is equally yoked.
Slam that ring on the desk one more time.
Let it be known.
Let it be known.
You want to be with somebody that literally you can bounce off of, somebody that's going to pull you up, you know, somebody that's going to pull out the best in you, somebody just that you can encourage, somebody that you want to, somebody you want to sacrifice for.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sacrifice in relationship, in love, in marriage. I know I just got married, so who am I to say that? 'Cause
2 weeks in.
You know,
got all the wisdom in the world.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know, just knowing from even looking at our parents, looking at, you know, other people who've been married for a long amount of time, like there is a lot of sacrifice and you go through things. Right. So you want to make sure that person, like, yeah, if we got to go through some things, I want to go through that with you. Yeah. You know, like, you're worth going through some stuff for, you know? Yeah.
So just knowing that you're going to have to sacrifice some stuff for this person at the end of the day, and you're going to have to give up some things. You're going to have to give up some time for sure.
You got to give up a lot.
So, yeah. Die to your feelings.
Yeah. Completely die to self. Like, dang, can I see myself dying to self for you?
Like, is he or she worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think also, I mean, before you even get into a stage where you're probably wanting to ask questions, I would just say observe and watch, because that...
Observe and watch. That's a good advice. You're right.
That is really kind of... Even though you had asked us, like, when did it start? And Julius walked you through the first date story. Like, when it started for us was probably years before that.
Years.
Because we met each other in 2015.
Okay.
And we remained acquaintances for about 2 or 3 years. It was literally just like, hi and bye, Julius, how are you? Hey, how you doing? Like, and we'd see each other at, you know, we're going to Bible college, so we see each other at classes and see each other around our church. And like, I knew some of his friends. I saw him in community, right? I wasn't paying attention to him for any reason, no motive. It was just, I just saw him, so he was around. So I have, and that's, I can't take credit for that, but it was just something that God gave us, is that we have the benefit of having seen each other from a period of time where we're
seeing each
7
other
years.
grow.
We've seen and observed each other
mature.
for 7 years. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So I can see that he's actually serious about his relationship with God. He's not just saying, I want to grow. I've seen him grow. I've seen it. And to a point where when I knew that I could trust him, I saw God open that up.
Yeah.
Because that's, not anything with him, but when we knew each other in 2015, neither of us, we may have wanted to be in a relationship and thought we were ready, but
I didn't.
It didn't allow.
It
it didn't happen. And I think even though I knew him, I think God gave me a discernment as far as y'all can just be acquaintances,
That's good.
And so I would also say, for those listening who are, followers of Christ, really listen to the Holy Spirit, not in a spooky way or where you're trying to spiritualize everything, but God can give you a sense about a person without you even realizing it, whether that's draw nearer to that person or keep your distance.
Yeah.
And keeping your distance doesn't always mean red flag. It can mean that, but it can also mean it's not time.
Yeah.
Because you've heard that expression, the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing.
Come on.
I think a lot of us in, young adults, we want to be married, but we want to rush it so much. We want to rush it. And there literally is there's no rush, because when you step into that space, Julius and I felt this both a few weeks before, as the countdown was beginning, and a few weeks before we were getting married, we were going through feelings and emotions of really being somber, and sober minded, and this heaviness. And it was is something wrong? Even and what I love about our relationship is that we can be transparent with each other. So I would just be like, hey babe, I actually had this thought that it would just be easier if we don't get married. And he was not intimidated by that, not scared off. Yeah. I'm like, how do you feel about that? Not like I was saying let's break up, but hey, I just had this thought, and it's and he was like, yeah, that's normal. We're in a space now where we're literally about to die to ourselves. Of course, it would be easier to not do this. And that's the thing is I don't know. I won't speak for anybody else, but the part about marriage that we often don't remember or really think about. And I don't know if that's because people don't speak on it until afterwards, but it's when we were engaged, we felt the weight. You feel this sense of responsibility for another individual. And even though he's the husband and I'm the wife,
Nick,
there's the responsibility. There's the responsibility that I feel that whatever his struggle is now going to be my struggle. And I can't just be there are certain things where it's that's between you and God, and I will support you in prayer. But it's I can't just go away when we were dating and be well, good night, I'll see you tomorrow. Call me when everything's figured out. It's this is something that we're co-laboring in. So even if it is his cross to bear, I am co-laboring with him through prayer. I can't just take a back seat and be yeah, I'm going to do this in my quote unquote own strength or my flesh, And I think that's what we were feeling was that yes, this is beautiful. And yes, you two love each other and there's romance and all this great stuff, but do not even think for a second that this isn't serious. There's actually a spiritual mantle being placed on you right now. And we couldn't see it, but we could feel it. This is not a game. And I think that's a lot of what we don't think about. So when you're in this stage of I want to get married and I feel God's calling me to get married, and that's no shade to anybody that feels that way, but consider that marriage is really not, and someone told me this, it's not the romantic thing to think about, but marriage is not for you to have your romance and dreams fulfilled. It is to serve the other person. So you are laying down your life, possibly laying down certain things that, I wouldn't say dreams or goals, but there are things that God may call you to. We're going to pause that right now because I'm calling you to help this individual in this area of why I brought you two together. So you lay down the me for the we. Right? I didn't make that up. So like I can't take credit for that. But
whoever made that up, that's who that air horn's for.
Yeah.
Lay down the me for we.
For we. Like that's really what it is. So I can remember like laying in my bed, like, and I have been single for a long time. And like I like my independence, being alone, because I'm an introvert at times, or most of the time I'm an introvert. But I can remember feeling like, okay, dang, like, am I ready to like not give up my life? Like I won't have my own life, but am I ready to like, I'm going to be accountable to this person for what I do, where I go. And it's not like keeping tabs, but it's like my life will no longer be my own in the way that it has been. Yeah. Like we're moving as one now. We're moving as a unit. Like if he feels like God is calling him to a certain particular place, season, or whatever, it's like I'm not gonna be like, well, call me when you get there. I'm gonna just be back here. I'm going with him, So I don't think we think about that, and I would just not caution, but gently remind us as young adults that, like, yes, it is when it's God breathed. Like there would be moments. I'm telling you, there would be moments where I felt like we were in a freaking romantic comedy, because I'm like, is this even real? And that's not because it was so cheesy. It was like, what I feel like is God allowed me to experience things with Julius that I thought I missed out on because I remained like focused and I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So I think he literally allowed me to experience the things that people say are like, oh, that's cliche, or that's like, how does that happen in real life? And so it's wonderful and all of that, but we also worked through some challenges, some real challenges that showed us the commitment that is required of marriage.
Yeah.
Like,
for
real.
Yeah.
You don't just like leave when it's hard. And the way things are set up right now, Instacart, Amazon Fresh, everything is like
Instagram
baked and crispy. I'm gonna throw it in my Ninja Foodie and I'm gonna have this in 7 minutes.
Convenience.
Like, I love it. We love it, right? Yeah. But like, this is not like baked in like 7 minutes and like it's done. Mm-hmm. It's been refined multiple times and continues to be refined. And I think that's like what people should know in the long term.
Gonna take some work, people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you willing to work through the setbacks? Are you willing to work through postpones? Are you willing to work through?
Let me tell you something.
Disappointment.
They postponed their wedding like 7 times. I want to say. So.
Wow.
Not seven.
Twice.
I'm playing.
Twice. But for real, God was in those delays.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
I'm with him. I'm with him. So I know. I'm like,
yeah.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
You guys did it.
Yeah.
So, and we're still like, and it's not like, oh, we did the right thing. Mission accomplished. We're done.
Nah.
That's not what it is. It's like, we can't take any credit for it. It's just like another thing is like when you've gone through something with somebody, like give your relationship time to grow and to not I'm not saying like look for stuff in people, but give the relationship time to grow to a point where it's like you see that person when they're not in their best.
Their good light.
When they're not their best, when they're going through something difficult.
Got it all together.
Right. Yeah. Because that can really show you like, how do we work through this as a couple, as a unit? What will it look like? Do we isolate ourselves? Are we reaching out to community? Like, honestly, with our the challenges that we work through, were it not for our community.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, I'm telling you right now, there was one day I was on my knees crying, thanking God for my community.
For real.
Because God uses community as a vessel for healing, as a vessel for accountability, as a vessel for calling you to the standard and reminding you of what they see that you can't see momentarily anymore about your relationship.
Yeah.
So you need that that trusted outside voice to be like, yo, like, let me remind you of what I see that God has put on the two of you.
Yeah.
Right? And so my advice is, if you are dating, whatever, interested in marriage, whatever, do not isolate yourself from community. Like, you and your significant other need to have people that you go to, that you hang out with, people, mentors, whatever. Do not isolate yourself, because
that you can bear the
you can share ugly
stuff.
Truth with.
Yeah, the ugly stuff. It's like if you got people like that in your life, that takes a level of vulnerability and trust, you know, on the couple's part to let somebody in that way. Yeah. And so and nobody promises that it's always going to be clean and pretty and not get messy. You know, those types of relationships can get messy too. Yeah. But like you say, like when you hit that turbulence and you hit those hard parts and it's like, oh, I want to give up, or is this really what I thought it was? Or, you know, and you start to question, or you start to doubt, or you're fearful, or all of that. Literally the prayers, the encouragement, the people speaking words over you, all of that can like carry you through that. Yeah. So it's like, it's real. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've experienced too, is that even in the challenges that we work through, when there's it's not to say there's a grace for pain, but like there's a certain grace that I felt that like God has me. Yeah. God has me. And I don't know much. I haven't lived long enough, but it makes only been married 19 days. I'm not speaking about marriage necessarily, right? In this, I mean, in this context. But what I'm saying is, like, with the challenges that we've worked through, the confidence that I felt come over me was a grace from God, in which I have you. Like, I have you. And I think that's another thing that I'm learning and remembering, is that even though we're married, Julius is not my God. Like, better tell someone. your significant other, like, and that's something that you have to check as far as like, am I putting too much on this person? Am I making them responsible for something that only God can fulfill in me? Yeah. Am I asking for a need to be met that actually wasn't meant to be met here? Like, your needs will be met in your relationship, but not all the needs that you have. That part. You know? And with the going back to the challenges that we've worked through, I felt a grace in the sense that, like, God's like, I got you. And I don't know, but I feel like I wouldn't have that if this was not something that God ordained and put his blessing on, that I would not have that kind of grace. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so good. I don't know if you... So good. Both of you guys. So good. So good. It's good. It's good, Dom. It's good, Julius. No, it's good, Nick. You're a good listener. Yeah. That's like most I'm of a good listener too, because you've been schooling both of us. Come on, somebody. I don't know if you noticed, there was moments where Dominique was talking and I'm just like, let me just listen real quick, because man, I'm trying to chop some of that up and put it on the stories and have encourage some people. You encouraging me. So that was amazing. Hopefully, moving on to the last question I have for you guys. First woman on the podcast. First woman on the podcast ever, Miss Dominique Lewis. Oh, I'm so glad. That's so crazy to say. Right. What? One more time, Dominique Lewis. That's me. Dude, I'm gonna hit that one more time before the podcast is over. All right. I'm thinking this is gonna be a lighthearted question. Okay. If it turns into something serious, and you'll encourage the people. Okay. In the 19 days that you guys have been married, all 19, what has been? You kind of talked about the challenges. What has been the challenges so far in these 19 days? As far adjustments, leaving your underwear on the floor. I don't know. See, I see what you mean about being lighthearted, because like the things that people say, like the toothpaste and everything. Right. Like, I'm like, nah, we don't have that. Like, it's like, actually right now he has his own toothpaste and I have my own toothpaste. That's just because like I moved all my stuff in. I still got my stuff. Yeah, you gotta wait for that toothpaste to run out first. Okay, here's something. Literally, I tell him every day, I don't know how you survived. Not to say how you survived without me, but you ain't got no snacks in this house. Oh yeah? You ain't got no food. What do? You just Postmates everything, bro? Just be out. I don't know.
Oh,
I
you eat out
honestly
every
don't
day,
even
you
know.
Be out with
I guess
y'all.
so. Yeah.
Be out with y'all, eating out,
True.
and then like just have the leftovers. So
Yeah.
like whenever I come over, like you ain't got no cheese.
We got food, bro.
You got food now?
Food is through the roof right now.
Sheesh.
I came
Food stock
over.
is like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely upgraded him. I was like, this is not gonna be
She
a household.
upgraded my pantry.
Come on, somebody.
Ain't gonna be a household where we ain't got no snacks.
Come
Like
on. Yeah.
I don't always want to eat a meal. I just want a
Yeah.
snack. So
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we've been adjusting to is like, I'm like, where is the food? I
Yeah.
brought it all with me.
Come on, somebody. Yeah.
I brought it all with
My
me.
helpmate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anything for
The
you?
food is a challenge for Dominique, but she's already helping out.
I mean, this could be light. The sorting through all of our stuff, or should I say her stuff?
Right.
It's a lot.
Right.
Women have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't even understand. I'm like,
Why you need all this stuff?
this is too much stuff. Can
Yeah.
we get rid of some of this
Right.
stuff?
He wants to throw away my thing.
I'm
Donate
like
it to the Goodwill.
encouraging
got-
her like,
no,
babe, this whole box, you don't even need it. Like, we don't even have to bring it into the house
Yeah.
to just set. Let's just get rid of it. I mean,
right.
it's a lot of stuff.
Like if that box disappeared, you probably wouldn't even notice it was gone.
There is one box.
She'll
I'm like,
know. That's the crazy part.
Oh,
There is
Where
one
is that one box that I don't never use, but I know
was in there.
my silk scarf is in there.
It was in there.
And
I
I
just
need
wanna know
my
what's
silk
there.
scarf.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, but here's the thing. He loves to enjoy like the laid edges, the makeup, everything.
Yeah.
But like, do you know
The work.
the number of products
Boxes.
that go into
And
this
boxes.
process?
Yeah.
And that's the
Stuff.
boxes that he wants to get rid of.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I ain't got that much stuff. I want to get rid of
He
the
definitely
stuff that I
doesn't
got.
have
Yeah.
as much
I'm like, I
stuff.
could get rid of some more of this stuff because I ain't even looked in that box in 3 years.
Right.
But it's like,
So
it's
we are
it's
perpetually
a new level.
Yeah,
There's
perpetually
levels to
organized.
this.
There's levels to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the process of,
Yeah,
getting
well-
organized.
Well, we'll check back in a year and see if you guys are minimalist yet. And that's it.
That is always the goal. I
Yeah.
dream about being a minimalist.
So do I. And then,
Keyword dream.
Yeah.
and then I hop on to ASOS and buy a bunch of clothes. I'm like, got a lot of
ASOS is
clothes.
legit. I
I love
like ASOS or ASOS.
I call it ASOS.
Okay.
Just sounds better.
That's probably right. Yeah.
ASOS. Like
You
what,
said-
what
you
kind of
said
sauce?
ASOS?
Ranch?
ASOS.
Salsa?
I don't know. ASOS
I thought it was
sounds
ASOS.
Honey mustard?
ASOS sounds kind of bougie.
ASOS. Boohoo man. Anyway, that is the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
That.
Shout out to Julius and Dominique Lewis. Can't.
Was it ready?
I want to say that's the first kiss we've ever had on the podcast
Oh,
ever.
God.
So we just making history today, guys.
Okay.
Dominique, first woman on the podcast.
First
for
woman,
having
first
me
black
on here.
woman, first black love.
All of it.
Just all of it.
All of it.
All of that.
Honored to have you on. Thank you for being
Thank
on,
you,
Dominique.
Nick.
Thank you guys for being willing to come on 19 days into your marriage.
Yeah, like
Hey,
we
we
got
smiling.
anything to share
We smiling.
right now.
No, this is
We're smiling right now.
yeah. You smile.
No, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because Dominique don't fake nothing. So
Oh, yeah.
whatever
That's
it
true.
is, that's what it's gonna be.
Little segue. I mean, they were an hour and some change late coming here today, and I'm like,
It's
bro,
true.
don't even rush. Like, I need you guys in a good mood for this podcast.
Right.
Just whenever you get here, we'll press record and we'll go. So thank you guys for coming, being
It
in a
was
good
fun.
mood. Don't even care that you were an hour late,
It was fun.
and it's been great. It's been
Yeah.
a good time. I
Yes.
love the answers to your questions, and I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged. I want to say this is not one of the. It's probably the most I've been able to learn more about someone. As well, you guys are like a unit now. Learn more about someone than I've ever learned about any other podcast. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Wow,
and I know you really well. Yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna drop your guys' IG handles in the description of this video.
I'm on sabbatical from IG, but hey, I'm there. You can
He'll still
follow.
take the follows.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Any last words, thoughts you want to say to the people?
Keep doing your thing, Nicholas.
Yeah, you keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
You encourage us by just like putting the content out there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like
we trying to learn from
providing
you.
the space. Yeah.
Yeah.
We trying to learn from you.
Well, if you guys ever want to start a podcast, you guys can use my studio. Okay, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you to Dominique and Julius Lewis up in here, dropping the wisdom, and we will see you on the next episode. See ya.
Bye.